Hello, hello. Good afternoon. I hope you are well. It's your girl Esha here, Carnivalista in Chief with the Carnivalista lifestyle, and today it's Wassi Wednesday. Yay! And in case you don't know what Wassi means, it means to have a good time, to be a little wild, a little crazy, and it is all fun. All right, that's a little Caribbean lingo for you. And it's week 2 of week 4 of Travel Like a Carnivalista. And what are the products that you can't travel without? Let's talk about it because, I am getting ready for quite a bit of travel over the next couple of weeks, heading to Toronto and then going to Tobago in the Caribbean very, very soon. So, yeah, I am really thinking through packing and thinking through things right now, and I thought, let me bring this to you all. Maybe this is something that might be interesting to you. What products can you not travel without? What products can't I travel without? Definitely leave me a comment or two. First of all, comment and say hi. Second of all, comment and let me know what are the travel products that you cannot live without. All right. So a little bit more about me. I have 4 decades of Caribbean travel experience, and I've traveled to 5 out of 7 continents. So yeah, I've traveled a lot, right? So also post your travel questions, post your travel products. Let's talk about it. All right, let's get right in. So I'm going to go through as many. I have a very long list of products that I cannot travel without. So I'm going to go ahead and get through as many as I can without making this video too long. So definitely hang in there. Bear with me. All right. So the first thing on the list, and I'm going to switch back to my camera here, is packing cube or packing cubes. So I have a couple of sets of these, got them both on Amazon. My favorite are, as you can see here, let me move it so the camera can see it, Eagle Creek. These are my favorites. Now why? They're very lightweight, first of all. There are some packing cubes that are more substantial. They're a little bit heavy. But I also like that it has mesh. See, you can see me. Hi. And that will breathe, right? So your clothes, whatever you put in there, undergarments, socks, whatever will breathe. So I like that because it's already closed in the suitcase, right? It's already locked up in your suitcase as you travel. I find this just gives it a little bit more breathability. It stretches, see? That stretches so you can cram some more stuff in there. And I also like the packing cubes because when I arrive, I hate to be swimming through my suitcase looking for stuff, right? If you travel with me, you know that about me. I cannot have just dump all of my clothes in a suitcase, all of my shoes, toilet shoes, whatever. Things need to be in a cube or something, just because I hate when I get to a destination or even when I get home, just, everything in a suitcase. No, I do not like that because then I get overwhelmed. It's just too much stuff. So I like if I have all of my pants in one cube, all of my tops in another cube, dresses, whatever, things are organized by clothing type. So at least I know when I get to my destination, first of all, are you team unpack when you get to your destination, or are you team live out of your suitcase when you get to a destination? I am team unpack when I get to a destination. So this makes it easy. I roll everything up, make different rolls of pants, rolls of skirts, rolls of tops, dresses, whatever I'm packing to take with me. Put them, I usually travel with about 2 to 3 packing cubes. It just depends on the destination and the length of the trip, of course. And if I have access to a washer or dryer wherever I'm going. So with those 3 things in mind, roll up everything, put it in a cube, zip it up, plop it in a suitcase. When I get to my destination, open up the cube, unroll everything. I love to hang things up, what can be hung, and put whatever else in a drawer or, whatever is wherever I am staying that I can organize my clothes. That takes a lot of stress off of me personally, because then I can go in the closet, look at whatever I have to wear, or even better, and this will be like the second thing that I'm going to talk about in a minute, refer to my list. So first things first, packing cube is at the top of my list. And I put a link in the description to this video where you can actually see the list and get a link an Amazon link so you can order this. I'm not an affiliate or anything. These are just things that I cannot live without from a travel perspective. All right. So the second thing on my list is an actual list. Yes. Over the years, I have tried winging it, where I have a vague idea of what events I'm going to or what I'm going to be doing when I get to my travel destination. But that just hasn't worked in the past for me. It feels stressful. I feel disorganized. I forget stuff. So the first thing that I do is grab a sheet of paper. I usually just, take something like I keep things that I printed one-sided in my office, and I reuse those sheets of paper to make my packing list. So I just grab a piece of paper, pen. If I have very specific events that I'm going to, like for example, if I know where I'm traveling, I'm going to go to a fancy dinner, or I'm going to go to a show, or whatever the case may be, or it may be a trip where it's very, very casual. For example, I'm going to Toronto this week. Very casual, I'm going to see friends, family, no fancy dinners, no shows or anything like that. Then I'll just make a note of who I'm going to go see, right? And how many outfits am I going to need for that? Like, am I going to need one outfit on Friday, on Saturday, on Sunday? Am I going to need multiple outfits in one day if I am going to a show, if I am going to a special event? And that just gives you a guideline of how many outfits you need to take. Or can you wear the same bottoms for, day number 1 and day number 2 and just change your top, right? Which is the ultimate in versatility in my mind. But the first thing I need to do is write down every single thing that I already have planned on my itinerary. And then outside of that, I always carry a wild card outfit. So in case something comes up, I get invited to a nice dinner or I get invited to something, I have an extra outfit just for that. All right. So that's really, as far as lists are concerned, that's the most important thing. It just takes all of the stress away, right? You have it written down, you know exactly what you're going to do when you get there, and you can pack accordingly. Right? You can pack how many tops that'll coordinate with 2 bottoms. I mean, I tried it. There's the 5-4 formula or something like that where you take 5 tops, 4 bottoms, 3 dresses. I think that depends on where you're going. I think it also depends on, are you a fashionista where every time you leave where you're traveling, you need to have something on different, right? Not everybody is like that, right? So yeah, you can use those formulas if you like. I find the easiest formula is to really have an idea of where you are going. What are you going to do when you travel? And then work backwards from there, right? So do you need a completely different outfit on Friday, Saturday, and Sunday? Or is there a bottom, pants or a skirt or whatever that you can rotate over those 3 days, change your top, right? Or maybe have 2 bottoms that you can rotate over 4 days and change your top, right? So that's the first list I wanted to talk to through. The second list is actually electronic, because for my folks who don't like to write stuff down, I understand, right? I really, really, really do. Oh no, why is it telling me to close some other, let's see here. I only have 2 things open. Okay, I'm going to ignore that. All right, hopefully you all can see me and you can hear me and all is well. All right, so the app I'm actually going to tell you about is Color Note. Love this app. Now, why do I love this app? And I'll show you a little bit of the screen here. I know the glare is a little bit, hopefully you can see. And it says Toronto trip at the top, if you did see that. And yeah, you can just make a running list of everything. You can make a running list of what you need to take. How I use it is I'll make a running list of what I definitely need to take with me, right? What needs to go in the suitcase, what needs to go in my carry-on, so I don't forget anything. So at the top of this list, I have night lights. I'm going to be traveling with my son, and he likes to have night lights wherever we go. So night lights is at the top of the list. I'm not sure why, that wasn't on purpose, but it just happens to be at the top of the list. I have his toys there as well. Yes, I have to, hey, if as much as you can empty from your brain to remember manually, that's what works for me. All right, so I empty my brain and put everything on this list that I think I am going to need, right? And what I really like about it is you can do it on the go. If you carry your phone around with you in your pocket or whatever, and you just remember something, let's say you're not at your written list, and I'm upstairs and I am, you know, getting ready for the trip, and I remember something, I can just pull out my phone, pull up this list, add it in, boom, it's there. If I put it in the suitcase or I put it in my carry-on, you can just press it, and at the top you can see that it's, no, you cannot see. Let's see here. There we go. You can see that it's crossed out and there's a check mark there, right? So you don't have to go back in and re-edit it. And then if you need another one, or if you need to put 2 of whatever, you can go back in and you can touch it again and it unselects it. So you know you need to do it. Usually, by the time I'm ready to go on a trip, most of the stuff on this list is checked off, unless I need to get something when I'm at my destination. I will put it on the same list so then I don't forget to pick up something on the list. So for example, the second thing on this list is roti skins. So if you don't know what roti is, what have you really been doing with your life? Okay, roti is a dish you can find in many Eastern Caribbean countries. It's curried chicken, it can be beef, it can be goat, which I highly, highly recommend. It can be shrimp, it can be curried vegetables. So a curry flavor throughout any of those products. And it's served with a flatbread. Now it can be dal puri roti skins, which means that it's usually flat. You put your chicken in the middle, you wrap it, fold it over, and then you usually eat it like a really big stuffed sandwich. Or it can be bus-up shot roti skins, which is what I have on my list, because that is something that I can get very, very easily when I go to Toronto, and very cheaply. I can't really get it here in North Carolina. So every time I go home to Toronto, or if I travel to a country in the Caribbean, say Trinidad and Tobago, where I can get that very easily, it's on the list. So the list is twofold. It helps me prepare for the trip on the way to wherever I'm going. I also put things on the list if there's somebody I need to see or something I need to get wherever I am going. And then on the way back, I just reverse the list and make sure that I take everything back home with me so I don't forget anything. So night lights will become unselected when I get to Toronto. So I remember to unplug all of the night lights there in Toronto. All right, so that is the list. I have been live for about 12 minutes now, so I think I will stop there. All right, so yes, definitely visit the link in the description box, because that is going to be a very robust list. More than I could ever fit in any video, unless it was like a couple of hours long, because there's a lot of must-haves that I must travel with over how many decades I've been traveling, right? So I am going to put that on one nice handy dandy list for you with links that will be available later this afternoon. And yeah, that's everything that I need to talk about today. So thank you for watching. If you're catching the replay, definitely hashtag replay me. Let me know what are the products you cannot travel without. And if you have any Caribbean travel questions, then put them in the comments. All right, thanks for watching. Hope you enjoy the rest of your Wassi Wednesday.